Hi, this is James from Mission, and today we're talking about the brand new Mission SP H9 expression pedal for the H9 harmonizer from Eventide. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so this is the Mission SP H9 with the Eventide H9 harmonizer. The SP H9 is designed specifically to work with the single expression pedal input that's on the rear of the H9. That single input is the only one we have available to control both pedal functions and switch functions. So we've implemented those in the SP H9 so that you can use both of those functions without having to use splitter cables. We've also provided the ability on the other side of the pedal to connect up a parallel additional switch. The reason for that is that the toe switch here is very useful for doing things like repeats, but because it's under the treadle of the pedal, it's not especially good for doing something like tap tempo, for example. And if you need an external tap tempo function, then you're probably going to need a different switch. So we have a parallel switch connection on this side that can connect to a regular tap tempo style switch, and then you can use both of those functions and the pedal all at the same time into the single input on the H9. So let's connect it up and see how it works. Okay, so here we are connected up. We just have a single 1/4 inch TRS cable connecting from the output on the SP H9 to the input on the rear of the H9 itself. A TRS cable looks like this. It has 3 conductors. This is the tip, the ring and the sleeve, and you should have that on both ends. This is what allows us to use both the pedal functionality and the switch functionality through the same cable and the same connection. Also on the front of the SP H9 you'll see a red LED. This indicates that we're getting power successfully from the H9 and that everything is functioning correctly. Now if you're just using a single TRS cable to go from the output on the SP H9 to the input on the H9, then you can support both a pedal function and a toe switch function. There may be occasions where a toe switch function isn't appropriate. For example, if you want to configure it for a tap tempo, it's really not practical to be tapping a tempo when the switch is underneath the pedal here. So on the SP H9 there's an input on the right hand side that allows you to connect a second switch. That would just be something like this, which is a TS momentary switch, and that just connects with a standard TS guitar or instrument cable from the switch to the input on the SP H9. That is then passed through the SP H9, through the TRS cable and into the H9 itself so that I can use an external switch. Now the way that the combined input works on the H9 is that it can support a pedal by itself, it can support a pedal and a switch, or it can support 2 external switches. But it doesn't support a pedal and 2 separate external switches. That appears to be what we have here. So how does that work? Well, the 2 switches are really one as far as the H9 is concerned. It can only handle the expression pedal and a switch. So these switches actually appear to the H9 as a single switch. So if I set the switch up for tap tempo, for example, both the toe switch here and the external switch are both going to be tap tempo. If I set the switch up for repeats, then both this switch here and this switch here are both going to be repeats. The signal is passed from the external switch through the H9, and these basically work in parallel in through the TRS connection into the back of the H9. So that's how that works. Okay, let's give this a try. At the moment we just have the SP H9 connected to the H9 with a single TRS cable. When we move the pedal up and down, the H9 should auto-calibrate to the expression pedal. And I'll go to 0 at heel down and then move up to 100 at toe down. You'll also see that because we have the hot knob configured, that the LEDs around the knob show up proportional to the movement of the pedal. Alright, that's working good. I have the toe switch configured to repeats, so when we press down on the pedal, the repeats come on, and then if we press again, the repeats are off.
So there we have it. That is the Mission SP-H9 expression pedal with the Eventide H9 harmonizer. In this video, we looked at the features of the pedal, we looked at how it works and how to connect it up, and lastly, we demonstrated it working with various pitch and delay effects. The Mission SP-H9 will be available for Mission authorized dealers and the Mission web store beginning May 2016. Thanks, and see you next time.